I arrived in Roscalat a slave, captured from my homeland and shipped across the world to this rotting desert slum. My fate was clear. I was to fight and die in the arena for the amusement of a paying crowd. The slavers told us that we might earn our freedom in time, but I had no delusions of grandeur. I would seek no more than a warrior's death at the hand of a worthy adversary. I had underestimated my abilities. Opponent after opponent had fallen at my feet, and the crowd worshipped me for it. I was soon invited to challenge the champion of Roscalat. The slavers told me that a victory here would secure my freedom. I had no reason to trust their word, but what other choice did I have? Upon being granted my freedom, my thoughts turned to my homeland. I had become weary of the unforgiving heat and the endless expanse of sand. I sought passage on the first vessel north. The journey was uneventful, save the vicious nightmares which continued to torment my slumber. Some strange voice was whispering to me from beyond the edge of understanding. Visions of carnage, of slaughter, and of suffering filled my mind's eye. As I arrived in the town of Ashbridge, I instantly felt drawn to the wilderness beyond. Wandering through the darkness, I stumbled upon a strange set of graves. Other warriors had gathered here, standing motionless in the moonlight. A drum began to beat within the depths of my soul. An urge to prove myself on this hallowed ground was beyond reckoning. The voices in my head were becoming stronger with each passing day, now urging me east across the Blackfells. I found their calling impossible to resist. There, nestled between the unforgiving mountains, stood a ruin unlike any other I had seen. This place held a purpose beyond my mortal understanding. Perhaps the resting place of some ancient god race, long since extinct. In the distance I could make out the scattered glow of my opponent's campfires. The urge to spill their blood was immense. My invisible companion urged me south, descending across the foothills and into the sweltering jungles of Rak'Tul. As I cut a path through the ever-twisting expanse of foliage, I began to wonder how long it would be before sanity escaped my grasp. Finally, the canopy broke, and I found myself in a magnificent ravine. Mighty stone pyramids lined the cliff tops, crumbling from the passage of countless millennia. This was the lost city of Rak'Tul, a place no stranger to legend. I could feel the gaze of the chosen few piercing down at me from above. It would not be long before I tested their steel. I dragged my weary body ever further, heeding the call of my new master. As I emerged from that dense jungle, I felt the relief of a cool sea breeze upon my brow. I wandered south along the Lizard Coast, my gaze ever fixed on the vast expanse of ocean. After many days, I spied my destination on the horizon. I rode east to that volcanic island that haunted my dreams for so many nights. Mount Doom loomed above, casting its mighty shadow over all it surveyed. As I drew closer, an intense primal fear swelled up from within, pleading me to turn back. I paid it no heed. I ventured forth into the heart of the mountain. Here I would prove my mettle one final time, before the very eyes of the dark gods themselves. Victory was mine. I had shed the blood of many in the name of the dark gods, and now it was time for my reward. My heart began to pound, and a raw energy began to envelop my body. I fell to my knees, and the world around me faded into darkness. I accepted Ithrazel's offer, and we soon joined as one. Together, our power was incalculable. The armies of mortal men tried to stand against us, but their efforts were futile. Nation after nation fell to our corruption, the rivers running red with the blood of the innocent. But as we conquered, Ithrazel's power grew exponentially, while my own diminished. My mortal soul was simply unable to compete with that of a god king. My fate was sealed. There would be no release for me, no afterlife. I would remain imprisoned in this living tomb for an eternity. I, a mere mortal, had defeated Ithrazel, Lord of Doom. As I cast his body into the burning river, I felt a sudden sense of clarity. The tendrils of corruption that had invaded my mind since the arena of Raskalat were gone, and I was truly free once again. I was not sure what path I would walk next, but I knew I was destined for further glory. No being, mortal or otherwise, would hold me back in my quest for power.